Greetings, Greywitch here. One of my favorite things to do in GTA Online is to customize the cars. I have spent countless hours, millions of dollars on doing so. Having an awesome car and driving it around, that's what it's all about in the game. And in this video, I will show you my ultimate car show versions of three of my favorite classic cars: the Vapid Peyote, the Declasse Tornado, and the Vapid Hot Knife. The Vapid Peyote is based on the 1955 Ford Thunderbird, and this is a pretty slick little car, if I do say so myself. And it has a classic Vapid interior, and you can tell this is a gang car because it has the zebra seat. So this is one of the cars you don't have to pay for, you just find for free on the streets. Now for the paint job, I went with metallic stone silver, and I used an ice white pearl. I was kind of going for like a shark skin kind of a paint job for this, because it goes with the whole gangsters, casino, 1950s kind of vibe that I'm going for this car. And for the roof, I used the matte black, and the pearl covers it, gives it kind of a cool look. I was really going for more of a ragtop kind of a look, more of something like that, but I really do like the way that this one came out. It is pretty chillin'. Now for a more aggressive kind of look, I went with the cowl induction hood, because I wanted to give it just a little bit more, just a tiny bit of aggression, if you could, for this vehicle. And went with the billet grille. Well, I think it'll come out pretty good. Now it says this vehicle is a supercharged V10, but if you look under the hood, it's clearly a V8, so don't let that fool you. Because it's not really a very powerful car or a good handling one. It's just mainly just a really awesome one that just looks good and it's cool to drive around. Now for the wheels on this, there was quite a few options I went with, but I kind of went with the lowrider wheels. I used the chrome 7.5s. They're just the ones that look the best with the white walls. I tried a few other different ones, but those are the ones that I really dug the most. And I think this one came out really awesome. I'm going to keep it like this. This is my ultimate version. This is how it's staying. So I dig this one a lot. Mainly because I didn't have to pay for it or anything. Just stole it off the street. It's pretty awesome. The Declasse Tornado Custom is based on the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. And to do this version, you're going to have to bring this to Benny's or use your CEO garage to do the upgrades. Now for the interior on this vehicle, I went with ice white and frost white. I didn't change to any of the velours or anything, just kept the standard interior. Wanted to keep it classic. I think it looks pretty cool. Now for the paint job, I used a metallic gasoline green and a racing blue pearl, because I really wanted to get a good dark turquoise color. And that with the pimp stripe livery, it also has ultra blue and some lighter turquoise colors in it. It looks really good on this car, and I really like the way that it shows off the lines. It came down pretty good, especially here on the side. This side pinstriping is my favorite part of it. It gives it a more aggressive look without really changing the way that the car is from being a classic car into a muscle car or a hot rod. Even though I did use the triple pipes on the side, it still keeps it more of a classic looking car. And I dig that. Even though it did become a convertible once you upgraded it. I prefer the hard tops, but I'm kind of sold on the way that this looks as a convertible. Now the engine, real clean V8. It's pretty sweet. Looks pretty awesome. I don't know really much more you could have done with that, but that's looking pretty good. And I really dig the way that the classic hood looks with the pinstriping. Shows off the lines. And the metallic finish just really helps it out a lot. Now for the tires, I went with the Benny's original tires, and I used chrome vintage wires and the classic white walls. And I think with the engraving it looks really tight. And this car came out really good. This is probably one of the ones that I'm the most pleased with. Just has a really good classic, yet old school kind of aggression look to it. I really dig this car. The Vapid Hot Knife is based on the 1933 Ford Coupe. And this was the first car that I bought when I transferred from PS3 to PS4 because I'd been denied it so long on the PS3. Now the interior of this car has the classic Vapid interior, and it looks really sweet for this car. It's just perfect. You couldn't do much better than that for the interior. Now for the paint job on this, I went extremely simple. I went with matte black and a shadow silver pearl because I just wanted that satin finish. I wanted to go for a classic rod look, keep it really simple, no major anything in it. I just wanted this as basic, plain Jane, as simple as I could get it. And I think it came out really cool. It's got that really cool profile, simple look, the white walls and the tires. It's just really good look, and I dig this one a lot. Now for the engine, there's an option to have the engine exposed. You can put on the bug catcher, stuff like that. I don't like that. It takes away from driving this when you're trying to drive in first person with that big huge thing in the way through that tiny little windshield. It's nearly impossible to drive this car. So I like the classic hood, keep it like that, even though it does have the pipe sticking out of the sides. I really like the way that this looks. Kind of like the old school ZZ Top car. A little bit smaller, but it's pretty cool. Now for the wheels on this one, I just went really simple and just used the lowrider tires. And I used the classic rod rims in red. And it just came out pretty simple. Just keep it awesome. I tried using the muscle tire street rods, but the writing on the tires just took away from the look of the car. And this one came out pretty awesome, and I really dig the way that this looks. Alright, well, this is Greywitch. I hope you enjoyed these versions of my new vehicles, and I will see you next time. Peace!